Hey, it's Troy Casey, Certified Health Nut, back here with Bill Farr, talking about addiction and meditation. And, you know, the holidays are a really important time. I believe the suicide rates are extremely high, and people usually have a very hard time with their addictions. I know that personally, 1998, I was on a trip to San Francisco romantically with my girlfriend at the time, and I blew my top emotionally. I was a wreck and really destroyed a huge component of the relationship. And I vowed to myself to start meditating, and that was 1998. And the only reason I started to meditate and vowed to meditate was because, and this is the best thing that happened to me in Alcoholics Anonymous. AA ultimately didn't work for me. There were many flaws that I found in it, with the coffee and the creamer and the cigarettes and all the other silliness. But it was step 11. The guys that did step 11 practiced some form of meditation. They had something. They had it. More than anyone else that I really experienced when I was in AA. So I vowed to myself to start meditating, and that was 1999. That was New Year's 1998, which the next year was 1999, and in April of 1999 someone turned me on to Vipassana meditation, and that really helped propel me on my way to healing. And so, what can you tell the viewers out there, Bill? You know, it's holiday season. What should they be, you know, out there looking for that might set them off?
Well, there's so many things during the holidays, whether it be if somebody's out of work, or they have too much work, or their children are driving them crazy, or their in-laws, or family. All of these times come together. It also is a big time where people remember things from their past, and they don't particularly like the way things are now, and they wish it was then. So anyway, the point is, it can be very stressful and anxious time. Any of your issues are going to come up during this time. So it's very important to work on the things that can get you out of that. So with me, I have an arsenal of things when this type of stress or issues come up with me, and the number one thing is I go to meditation, essentially go to my breath. I feel my anxieties, the frequency of my body coming to a point where it's moving too fast, and I bring it down, I calm, I go to my breath, I relax, and I find that space. And the more you meditate, it's just like working out or any other muscle, it gets better over time. So when people tell me, I'm not able to do it, it's not, I say, just sit down and do it for 5 minutes if you have to. And then what happens is you get better and better at it, and this bleeds over into your life, so that when you start having these sort of reactions, you're able to immediately get out of it. So, or with the practice, you can get out of it. The other things that can help is doing some sort of energy work, and in my practice, what I do is I help people to combine those. It's a practice of Qigong as well as the meditation. I show them how to actually move light and energy within their body to create a sense of happiness and ease. And in addition to that, it's the other thing about the holidays is it's often a time where people eat so poorly. So for example, I have a client that says to me, I have a real issue here, and I'm dying, and I don't know what to do. And so for example, this particular guy lost his mother. And he calls me and he says, I'm having an attack, I don't know what to do. And I said, okay, what did you just eat? And he says, well, I just ate pasta and I had some dessert, but it doesn't matter, I have a real issue. I said, okay, well, if you're dealing with something, no matter what it may be, and you were doing heroin or cocaine, and the cycle of needing to get more and coming down from it, don't you see how that would affect you in a greater way with your anxiety, depression, or anything else like that? He said, yeah, of course. Well, sugar has been proven to do the same thing to your brain. So
right. Who did the research on that? That was
so many of them. I don't know off the top of it, but I've seen so many studies that show that exactly this sort of thing happen. Now that goes for all kinds of sugar. That's empty carbs, that's sugary drinks like fruit juices, or people say, well, this is apple juice or it's cranberry juice. That juice happens to not only be oxidized, but it's also pasteurized. So it has no nutritional value to it, so it's just essentially
sugar.
Yeah, it's straight, it's just like eating a soda, unfortunately. So these are things that are very important to avoid, as well as processed food and GMOs. And table sulfurs, another one, is an example that raises your blood pressure. Coffee, caffeine, these things all stimulate your anxiety, your depression, your issues that come around during the time of the holidays.
They create imbalances.
Yeah, exactly. So what we want to do, and there's a lot of times during the holidays where we can't get out in nature. Everybody knows when you walk on the beach you're going to feel much better, but a lot of times in the winter time people aren't able to do that. So what can you do? You can get an earthing mat, you can exercise, make sure you're doing that. Go to your herbs. Like turmeric is one of my absolute favorite, and I have a complete video tutorial on what is earthing, how to make a turmeric and ginger tea on my site, theartofunity.com, and it shows you all these things. Other herbs, passion flower has been proven to be more effective than even St. John's wort, which is an okay one. Maca root powder,
balance the hormones.
Yeah, exactly. And then raw cacao powder, same thing. If you're going to eat chocolate, make sure it is a dark chocolate, not a milk chocolate, and let's go for 70% or better if you're going to do that. I actually have a video on how to make an herbal chocolate on my site, and that's a great thing to provide during the holidays because you can bring that as a dish and say you make it. It's pretty cool. In addition to that, foods, saturated fats, but they have to be from pasture-raised organic animals, are very helpful for your nervous system, for your brain, and there's many doctors coming out and showing that, most especially Dr. Mercola, Dr. Amen, who has the foremost leader in brain scans, showing how he's made improvements with people. Also with omega-3s or fish oils are very helpful for that. Other supplements are probiotics. So I don't actually supplement with probiotics. I make probiotic food. So fermented vegetables, kefir, kombucha, this sort of thing. Kimchi, exactly. You know, we know your wife is an expert on that. So
my mother-in-law, is an expert in making
Korea, it. Yeah. So anyhow, those are the kind of things. But if you're not eating those, then take a probiotic because just so many reasons. Your whole balance within your physical system is based on your gut bacteria. But 95% of the serotonin in your brain is produced from your gut. So it's very important to have those kind of things. Other supplements are B12, vitamin D, which is sunshine spray. It's good to spray that under your tongue, the B12, as opposed to taking it. Magnesium, I take it as a magnesium oil and rub it on my skin because the skin absorbs it. And all of these tutorials are on my site as well. I know Troy teaches the same thing. My site's theartofunity.com. You can see all these things and how to do it. But most importantly, when you start to feel that anxiety coming on, is move to your breath and feel it. If you can control your breath, you can control anything.
That's great. So, yeah, when people start triggering you at the old Christmas party, take a deep breath and go out and ground into the earth if you're lucky enough to be in California. Otherwise, you can pack a lunch and make sure you got your own nutrients for you, get plenty of rest, and you can also do my cleanse. That's what I've been advocating for people for Thanksgiving and Christmas, is you can do the cleanse and you can just do your own thing and dance to the beat of your own drum. And the cleanse has a great way of breaking food addictions at the same time of cleansing out your organs, allowing your organs to rest, and cleansing out your cells. So there's always holistic options. You can always ground in. You can watch more YouTube videos, not just my channel. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there with some real solid self-help. Just remember, I did drugs and alcohol and smoked commercial cigarettes for 25 years. So if I can do it, you can do it. So hope you guys are having a great Christmas vacation, and have a great day.
Stuff. Thank you, Troy.
Yeah. Where can people get information from you, Bill?
You can go to my site, theartofunity.com, and it shows everything related to mind, body, and spirit.
Okay. Groovy. Thanks so much.